Hey, welcome everybody back for another Real Talk podcast. This is where we bring you inspiring, motivating, and empowering content to take your life to the next level. Obviously, one of the key things that we deal with in Real Talk is that we want to deal with real issues affecting real people who need a real solution, not tomorrow, but today. So today, there is no special guest, it's just me, but I want to bring you something that I use as a bedrock when I'm coaching clients one-on-one, and it's something that I've taken from my own personal coaching. Obviously, I have a coach, and I have a coach every Thursday because I really believe in it. I would ask you to do something if I personally wasn't doing it, and obviously I have my coaching with the Tony Robbins organization, so if anybody doesn't know Tony Robbins, go and Google him and his organization, and that's who I have it with personally. Now, there's a board on here, okay? Hopefully for those of you obviously watching this on GenHope TV, you will see the board behind me. For those listening to us on iTunes or on SoundCloud, okay, I've got a grid behind me. I'm going to talk through the grid. So there's 4 squares within this grid, and within the grid, let's say grid number 1, point to this one over here, the first letter is P. And the second letter next to that is B, the other letter underneath that is A, and the other one in the grid is R. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to break down these 4 letters and these 4 grids and show you that if you master this can help you take your life to the next level in whatever it is that you want to do. Okay, so the first part of the grid, if you imagine, once again, for those of you who are listening on the podcast, I can't see this visually. If you imagine you had the grid of 4 boxes, we're going to start off in the top left hand corner, and in that letter is P, and P stands for potential. P stands for potential. Now I want to ask you this question. Whatever you want to do, I want you to ask yourself the question, what is the potential? If you're going to go to university, what is the P? If you're going to go for a new job, what is the P? If you're going into a new relationship, what is the P? What is the potential? What is the potential for you to be crazy successful? What is the potential for you to achieve all the goals that you wanted? What is the potential for your marriage to last until the day that you die? What is the potential for your business to turn over £1 million, or to, whatever your goal is, what is the potential? Now, before we move on to talk about the other things, I want to break down potential. Now, if you say to me, you come to me, if I have a client and they say to me, Denzel, I want to be a basketball player, but I'm like 4'6". I don't want to play in the NBA. I'm going to say to them, I love your dream, and there is a potential for you to go to the NBA, but it's not a strong potential, okay? So you have to be, the reality check has to come in. What is your potential? Now, if you want to be a baker and you say to me, Denzel, I want you to help me as a coach, and I want to set up a bakery store. Remember everybody wanted muffins and there were muffin shops everywhere, okay? If you've never baked a day in your life, I'm going to say to you, you have the potential to set up a cake business, but it's not a high potential. So the question I say to you is, if you want a great potential, do something that you know that's ingrained in you from the day that you were born. Like, I knew for me that I was born to be a coach. I was born to be a public speaker. I was born to do business consultancy. I was born to sell. It was just in my DNA. So the potential, let's break this down. The potential for me to earn a lot of money in sales was high. Okay? I hadn't done it yet, but the potential was high. So I knew I could earn 60,000, 70,000, 80,000. I knew it because my potential, I had all the skill sets, all the giftings to be able to do that. So before you start anything, before any of my clients start anything, I ask them, what is the true potential? And I'm not going to be like some of the judges, that you'll see on some of these programs like X Factor and things like that, and tell you that you're good when you're not. A job of a coach is to be honest with you with the potential. What is your potential to be excellent? What is your potential for this to fly? Now, the great thing is, if you're walking in your gifting, the potential is huge. If you're walking in your God-given gift, the potential is huge. If you're walking within something that you're just naturally good at, your potential is huge. I give you an example. The guy recording this now, his natural gift, Mr. Roger from GL360, who supported me and the GenHope vision from the beginning. This guy started off with we were laughing today about the smallest camera. The first video we did 6 years ago, grainy, there was none of this 4K stuff or anything like that. There was none of this podcast studio. It was just raw. But in him, he had the potential to build an organization, GL360, to what it is today. He had the potential. So whenever you're starting something, what is the potential? Once you've mastered potential, the next thing that you have to then master is belief. So the next square, okay, in the top right-hand corner is B for belief. You can have all the potential in the world. If you're a basketball player, let me use the analogy of Michael Jordan. Michael Jordan always had the potential, okay, to be Air Jordan. Michael Jordan had the potential to be Air Jordan. But the thing is that what he had to do to take that potential to the next level was work on his belief. The thing that I see with so many clients, the thing that I see with so many people is that they actually have the potential. They have the potential to be millionaires. They have the potential to have great marriages. They have the potential to be great, fathers. They have the potential to do amazing things in this world. But the thing that now is holding them back is not potential, is their lack of belief. If you don't work on your belief, if you don't work on that internal voice that says you're a rock star, all the potential will go to nothing. And I'm going to show you why. Now, before we talk about the next square, how do you increase your potential? Get a coach. Listening to inspirational things. Like, you imagine you become your environment. The great thing is with YouTube now, you can be rubbernecking it with multi-millionaires. You can be rubbernecking it with thought leaders. You can be rubbernecking it with Nelson Mandela. Like, things that you couldn't have done 50 years ago. You have this content, you can sit around them, and it raises your belief. There's people that you can listen to. You should be listening to these kind of videos. We've got so much content on GenHope TV to increase your belief. You have all these things, and you've got to get around people as well. Not only what you listen to, but your environment. Are you around people who are going to inspire you? This morning I released a post. I'm not too sure when you'll watch this, so you may have missed the post, but this morning I had the most amazing meeting with a guy called Gary Edwards from True Living, and Keep On Schooling. He's got two businesses, but Keep On Schooling is his main business. Now the thing is, when he's around me, these are his words this morning. He says, Denzil, there is no one like you in the UK. If you just zone in, you're going to be the world's greatest speaker. There's no one like you. Guess what? If you start hearing that, you start believing that, you start getting hyped. You start getting hyped, and people around you start going, do you know what, Denzil? I think you're amazing. Do you know what, Denzil? I think you're going to do this. Guess what happens to your belief? You're like, yeah, I am amazing. You start to hear that. But if you get around people who say, do you know what you're doing? What you're doing is stupid. Why don't you get a normal job? Why don't you go out and just be normal like everyone else? Guess what happens to that belief? It gets lower and lower and lower, and all that potential wasted, gone. Okay, so what happens is you start off with mad potential, and the great thing is, let me show you something. In every single one of you, you are God's children, and if you're a child of God, it means that there is potential for you to do great. The next thing that you work on is your belief. And if you have crazy belief, guess what's going to happen? The next box, okay, which is the bottom right, which has the letter A, stands for action. If you've got belief, guess what you'll do? You'll take massive action. If you've got crazy belief, let me tell you my own personal story. In December, I'm earning good money, all right? Okay, I'm on, the potential to be earning 100K a year. But I had this potential in me that says, I believed I could be a millionaire creating a business around the things that I love. That was my potential. Now, I had soaked up all this belief. I'd been around the right people. I've learned the right things. I got myself a coach. And then I had all this potential, and all this potential is ready to burst now. And I'm like, okay, I've got to do it now. I'm going to do it. I took the action. And what did I do? I handed in my notice. Much to the disgruntledness of the shareholders. They were like, what are you doing? You got good money. You got a brand new car worth 25,000. You got all the potential. You got shares in this company. This is £1 million, multi-million pound turnover business. And you're going to do what? Start off from scratch? But listen, when your belief is high, you take massive action. Massive action. And guess what happens if you take enough massive action? You go to the next box, which is at the bottom on the grid. Okay, on the left-hand side, the bottom right, left-hand side, and it's R, which stands for results. The more action you take, the more results you get. If I didn't take that leap of faith with my business, I wouldn't be talking to you on this podcast now. If I didn't take that leap of faith of saying, I'm going to invest, so many hundreds of pounds every single month, I could have been buying properties with this money. But I said, I'm going to invest in me. I'm going to invest in GL360. I'm going to invest in this vision. I'm going to do these things. So I took action, and now I'm starting to get results. Guess what? I was so hyped. I was saying to Roger that one of the videos on YouTube was like 10,000. I'm like, wow, imagine if I never took action, I would never have that. Every week now, we've got different subscribers. Every week, I've got people saying to me, yo, you inspired me. Now we've got coaching clients. We've got so many things happening. I'm so excited. You can hear it in my voice. Hopefully you can hear it in my voice. I am about to explode with the results that we're getting. We just set up, we did a video this morning because I had this potential and this belief, and I'm taking massive action. We just recorded our first music show. What is going on? Understand this. This is a kid, okay, from the inner city of Handsworth, right? Okay, now I'm not only recording my own TV channel, GenHope TV, we're now releasing GenHope Music. Can you hear me? Okay? Now we brought on a DJ Jammo, okay? This guy recorded his first show. So what am I getting now? I had belief, okay? The potential. I then had the belief. I took massive action. Now I'm getting results. And guess what happens? When you start to get results, your potential gets even bigger. Okay, it doesn't get smaller now. Your potential gets even bigger. Now, what happens is when your potential's even bigger, okay, I'm now surrounding myself with even more people. I'm trying to, how do I build £1 million company? Well, I need to be around more millionaires. So I'm starting to talk to more successful people. I'm around more successful people. My belief starts. And guess what happens? I start taking even more action. I start take more and more action. So I'm getting better. I'm getting even more and more results. And that's how the rich get rich. That's how the successful become more successful. Okay, this is a cycle for success. If you follow this, if you do nothing else, I'm telling you now, you will be successful. Now, people will ask me, okay, Denzil, let's say I've got this potential, I've got this belief, and I took actions and nothing happened. Well, if nothing happens, my friend, take more action. It didn't work, take more action. That didn't work, take more action. Guess what? Every time you take action, even if it doesn't work, you are getting results. You're getting results of learning. You're learning what not to do. Okay, you're learning how to do it again in the future. How to move things forward. I'm telling you now, this is the cycle for success. The more results you're getting, you're gonna start to believe that you're kick-ass. You're gonna start to believe in your own hype. Like when I see Gen Z, look, every time I get a subscriber, every time I'm talking, there's a thing called the power of one. Every time one new person follows my Instagram, every time one new person goes onto YouTube, every time I get one more comment, okay, it makes me realize I'm making a difference. I'm getting the results. Some of you are looking for big results. No, celebrate the small results. Okay, and understand that if you can, right, let me break this down for you. Okay, I don't know what it is that you want to do. Let's say that you want to earn money in your business. Well, if your business can turn over £1, it means that your business can turn over 10. If your business can turn over £10, it means that it can turn over 50,000. If your business can turn over 50,000, it means it can turn over 100,000. But you've got to start with the one. You've got to start with the £1. If your business can turn over £1, it means that it can be scaled. It means somebody's prepared to buy your service. Does that make sense? Start off with the one, the power of one. Get the result of one. If you get the power of one, you will succeed, my friends. Now, I've just hyped up, got super excited, and talked about the positivity of this cycle. But I'm going to tell you, unfortunately, this cycle also works in reverse. Loads of people have crazy potential. Crazy potential. But you know what happens? They have low self-belief. Come on, you know the people. The people you're looking at, you're like, yo, you should just start a business with that, or you do nails or you do hair products so well, you should set up your own mobile hairdresser. And that person goes, yeah, I would do, but I don't have the belief. Yo, dude, should go up and just ask that girl, you really like her, go up and to her and just tell her that you like her. And you're like, yeah, me and her have a great potential, but I don't have the belief. And because you don't have no self-belief, because your self-belief is low, guess what? You don't take any action. And if you don't take any action, my friends, guess what happens? You get no results. And the more times that you get no results, your potential is waning and getting smaller and smaller and smaller. It's not that potential wasn't there. The potential was always there. But if you don't work on your belief, my friends, you won't take the massive action. And if you don't take massive action, you're not going to get the results. So look at your life. If your life is not where it is, where you want it to be, It's not because the potential wasn't there. The potential's always been there. It's your belief. I have a thing my coach tells me all the time, and I say this to my own coaching clients. Okay, I can teach you all the strategies, but success is 20% strategies, 80% psychology. What goes on in your mind? The thing that's holding you back is not the strategies. Anything that you want to achieve, you can Google it. You don't even need me. You can Google it right now. What do you want to do? Buy properties? Google it. Want a great marriage? Google it. What do you want to do? I want to get promotion, earn £10,000? Google it. Want to have an additional income stream? Google it. Do you know why all this information makes no difference? Do you know why the poor are still poor? Do you know the unsuccessful are still unsuccessful? Marriages are still divorcing at a rate of 50%. People are still not growing and becoming all their potential. Do you know why? Mindset. So I'm here to say to you, listen, you work on the belief. And what the Bible says this, obviously you know I'm a believer in Christ. The Bible says this, you must renew your mind daily. You can't read a book and get motivation one day and think, yeah, that's it. I've read a motivational post on Instagram, I'm ready. Motivation goes. So you gotta motivate yourself. You gotta renew your mind every single day. You don't brush your teeth once and hope that you brushing your teeth once is gonna allow you to have fresh breath for the rest of your life, right? You wouldn't do that. It's the same with motivation. It's the same with inspiration. You gotta top it up. You gotta keep on topping it up. You gotta keep on topping up that belief. I am a rock star. Listen, one of the things I'm gonna show you what to do in one of the podcasts is how to write a mission statement. Every day I wake up, I have a mission statement. I say it over my life. Before I walk out my bedroom, I tell the day, I tell the forces, I tell the universe, I proclaim before my God, this is who I'm gonna be. This is what I'm gonna achieve. I'm working on my belief. Every time I read the Bible, I'm working on my belief. Every time I get in the right environment, I'm working on my belief. Every time I watch a YouTube video or a podcast, I'm working on my belief. Every time I read a book, I'm reading a book at the moment, 2 books at the moment, I'm working on my belief. I'm working on my belief. I'm working on my belief. Why? Because I want to take massive action, because I want massive results. Do you not get me? I want massive results. And it doesn't happen just because you've got potential. Do you know the funny thing is, I'm going to show you something. Do you know some of the best MCs out there you'll never hear? Do you know some of the best business owners you'll never see? Do you know some of the best artists you'll never see their work? Because what they say is that some of the greatest talent is actually in the grave. And that's the God's honest truth. The talent died with them. The potential died with them. And I don't want that to be you. So the reason that we bring you these podcasts is that hopefully as you watch this, something will resonate. Something in your spirit will resonate and go, do you know what? I'm going to take this on board. But I want you to do me a favor. If this is resonating with you, you're not the only one. I guarantee there'll be someone in your family. If you just showed them this square, this will take them to the next level. If you show them this square, this grid of success, this will take them to the next level. So share this with people. Let me know. Give us your comments. Tell me what you thought. Tell me if you have actually put this into action, what you're doing to put this into action. Because if you take massive action, you will get massive results. Please do not just watch this video, but do what I'm saying. Do what I'm saying, and you will become the success that I know God wants you to be. Listen, there's a saying that we say in GenHope. It was one of the strap lines I had from the very early days, 6 years ago when I had first had this dream. I said, God's gift to us is life, and what we do with that life is our gift back to God. God has given us the potential. The question is, will we fulfill on that potential? So God bless you. I really pray that this blessed you, inspired you, motivated you, and empowered you to be all that you can be, because that's our vision for these #Real Talk podcasts. Please subscribe on iTunes, SoundCloud. Go over there to, if you are listening to this on SoundCloud, go over to GenHope TV on YouTube, and you can see the whole video and see the square. Okay, very simple. Please share. Please comment, please subscribe. It really blesses me. Also, we ask for no money for these things. This comes out of my own personal pocket. All this investment, all I ask is that you subscribe and tell us that we're actually making a difference, because that's our dream. We want to change the world one person at a time. God bless you, and see you soon for another podcast. God bless. Bye-bye.